Hey guys, so Speechless here, bringing you a really horrible story, in my opinion, honestly, as far as like being a waitress goes. So, pretty much to give you some backstory, I've been a waitress or worked in the restaurant industry for about 10 years now. I really do love my job. You meet some cool people and it's pretty good money, it's easy money, it's fast money, you always have money all the time, but overall you just meet some really cool people, you gain a lot of experience as far as like dealing with people go, and I don't know, I really enjoy my job and I really wouldn't trade it for the world. But last night I had one of my worst experiences of all time, and like I've never, out of the 10 years that I've been doing this, I've never experienced what happened last night ever to this extent. So it was probably around like 8 o'clock or something like that, and I had got a 15 top, which is like 15 people to take care of pretty much. And, you know, everything was going pretty good, you know, took their orders, was taking really good care of them, everybody, you know, got their food the way they wanted it, and, you know, everybody was enjoying themselves, I was making conversation with them and everything, and it was up until the point when they were about to pay, and they were all split checks, pretty much, so it was like 15 split checks, but some people were on some people's tickets, and so on and so forth. So with that said, you know, I passed out all their checks and I was ready to take care of some of them, and then one of the people I was taking care of told me that something on their ticket was wrong, and another one telling me how they didn't have something, or they were just holding it on to it for somebody else and they end up not coming back. Yeah, I was running back and forth trying to take care of everything and trying to, you know, get everything, you know, in order pretty much, and I noticed that some of the people that were there were no longer there. Like, literally, some of these people had already walked out on their ticket. And to make matters worse, you know, the other people were like rushing me to hurry up and pay for their tickets and stuff like that, and out of, I think it was about, I want to say about 12 or 13 tickets, only 3 of them paid, and the rest of the party walked their tabs pretty much. And in a restaurant, you really can't, like, you know, walk out after them, and, you know, you can literally only pretty much say, you know, stop, you know, haven't paid for your ticket yet, and it just was an awful experience. So I literally had, I think, about $100 left to pay for, and it was $100 worth of, you know, items that had been paid for, and, you know, their tab was originally, I think, almost $300. It was probably about like $250, $255 total, but $100 worth of it was left unpaid for. You know, one of the other girls that was helping me out with the party walked outside and watched these 2 girls that literally were arguing with her about, well, that's not our problem that these people didn't pay, and, you know, you need to hurry up, and they just pretty much told her to shut up and just was being really rude. And so, you know, she walked out there, saw them run to their car, and luckily got their license plate, and so the remainder of the people that were there, like, they were pretty much walking out as well. Is what ended up happening. We told them, like, you know, we have all of their faces on camera and how we were going to call the cops and, you know, submit the footage to find these people pretty much, which we can do, but as far as, like, physically stopping them, we cannot do it. We can only, like, verbally tell them, you know, stop, you know, you didn't pay for your ticket, and so on and so forth. So it was a pretty horrible night. Like, I was having, you know, an okay day. It wasn't too great, but it wasn't bad. And it was towards the end of the night where it just went to a complete disaster. And, I don't know, it just kind of, like, made me feel really bad. But I know it was my fault. My manager, you know, saw me trying to, you know, be as diligent as possible and trying to take care of everything and tried to make them not walk out, but they just did it anyway. And, you know, one of the girls even told him, well, why can't you call your friends, tell them that they didn't pay, and they said it wasn't their problem and stuff like that, and they said just because they did it doesn't mean we're gonna do it, and they ended up doing it anyway. So, you know, it was just a really awful night, and in my experience, like, one of the worst experiences by far that I have ever had. You know, I've had people walk out on me before, you know, probably like nothing too big, like $10, $20, you know, stuff like that, but like $100 left. I luckily didn't have to pay for it. You know, my manager took care of it, and, you know, she was like pretty much telling me, like, you know, it's not your fault, you did what you could. You know, I'm emailing corporate and letting them know exactly what happened and how you did your best to stop them, and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it was just a really horrible day, and just, I'm really glad that it's over. But, you know, it kind of just like, not, I don't even know where I'm going with that statement, but it just made me feel really shitty. Not in a sense of like, you know, I didn't do my job, because I did do my job. I took really good care of them, and it was just, you know, apparently they had been planning to do this from the second they walked in. And, you know, I kind of figured it was going to happen, because when I first saw them walk in, it just, something wasn't right. And, you know, while they were eating their food, they just like kept looking towards the door like they were about to leave. And one of the girls actually heard some of the girls talking about how they were just gonna walk out, and, well, it happened. So I don't know, karma will get them. I'll get over it, and, you know, it wasn't my fault. I did what I could. It was just really crappy that it even happened in the first place. But yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. If y'all enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Let me know if you guys have had any kind of similar experiences, if any of you are waiters, or, you know, had to deal with shoplifters, if you worked in, you know, retail, anything like that. Let me know stuff that's happened to you all. I read all of your comments. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and as always, thank you all so much for stopping by.